race fans, another episode here with the CRN Ultimate Conquest Racing League powered by Max Graphics. Tonight we'll be at Nashville Superspeedway. It's a 1.3 mile track. Right now it's 86 degrees outside. Track temperature is 89, so not too bad out here. Nice cool track and a lot of speed out on this short but fast concrete raceway. Right now we have 11 drivers in attendance here. Trevor Hunt on top of the field right now, currently in practice. So looking to see this series start winding down to an end. Before we get started here, definitely need to go over our points standings. So our point standings as of right now is going to be JP Phillips. Matter of fact, JP Phillips not in attendance here tonight at the moment, so hoping to see him log in here shortly and catch the last end of this practice and get in for qualifying. But he has a 92-point lead over Justin Kirby. Then back in third place is Grady Gherkin. Fourth is Trevor Hunt. Fifth is Tommy Ryan. Then Brett Kirby, Andrew Ratcliffe, Jeff Ryan, Chris Bouchard, Jacob Lesh for your top 10. And then you have Scott Polster, Peter Pazuchek, Matthew Simmons, Mike Ells, Jeff Byers, Steven Johnson, Tim Glass, James DeLone, Tanner Coster, and Dylan McDonald for your top 20 in championship standings. There's a few drivers that give a shout out to, and maybe they'll come back, but obviously got Stan Hausman, Jeremy Little, John Williams, Dustin Montgomery, Jasper Crawford, Eric Jeffers, Krister Darling, Evan Myers, Rocco Stallone, Mike Cleveland, Jerry West, Ben Mashburn, Todd Smith, Dustin Hall, and Jordan Wenzel. So hope to see them guys come back and join the field. But definitely part of the series and put on some great racing. But we also have some other standings that we should go over here, and that would be your team standings. Right now, Black Magic Motorsports on top with 7,713 points. Over Turn and Burn Racing, 6,899, which just took over Mid-Pack Black Magic Motorsports with 6,755. So those top three is looking for a championship in the team championship standings. And then you have DeLone L's, Team J Racing, Max Graphics, and CNN Motorsports out with a few other teams that are out there. So looking to get this one underway here as soon as this is put the ticker. We only got about 27 seconds left of practice before these drivers get out there and do some qualifying. There's going to be a good one here tonight at Nashville on this 1.3 mile super speedway. It's kind of like a mini Daytona for the most part. You can draft. There's multiple lines here. I was out there running some laps and not too far off these drivers, but I definitely cannot break down into the 29s. As you can see, I'll go ahead and put up the tower there and kind of show you where everybody's best times were here for practice. You can see Trevor Hunt, as practice is ending here, Trevor Hunt had the fastest lap during practice. So qualifying begins. Let's see if we can hop on board some of these drivers out there as they get ready to tackle on 117 laps here at Nashville Superspeedway. I'll add up to 175 miles. Waiting for somebody to take the track. I will be joined tonight by Carl Hanwork because he's finishing up a race over there at Kansas with the Core Xfinity Series. They had a good one there. That went green flag from the start to finish. Still waiting. Hopefully my game didn't freeze. Almost, it seems that way. See what's going on here. Want a test drive? What's going on, boys? What's going on? Well, this is odd. I don't know if nobody's getting out there, but everything seems to be frozen. Stand by me for just 1 second, as I'll go ahead and refresh the session here live. I guess while we do this, just stand by as maybe iRacing kicked us out or something. I'm gonna just go ahead and just withdraw real quick and find out what's going on here. Go to the sessions. Like, should be able to get back in here. Definitely. Technical problems. Always gotta like those, right? But we're gonna get back live here. We'll get back on the grid with the rest of the drivers as we get things going here. But Barry, thanks for stopping by. NASCAR guy, thanks for stopping by again as well. No idea what's going on. I've never had this issue. I was just in another session. I just watched them practice. These things are running. Do it the hard way. Shut her down altogether. We'll shut it down and then we'll restart iRacing. Bear with me. There we go. Progress. I blame Carl because he's not here yet. Chair. This isn't good. Going on? Of course. Something new. Technical difficulties. Don't know why. Mute my mic. I'll be right back. Appreciate everybody standing by as we're waiting for iRacing to load. Finally got the load of saying I had access denied, so it is what it is, I guess. We'll get back out there as I'm sure the drivers are starting, and hopefully a clean start and we don't miss anything as we watch these drivers battle it out here. A few more weeks to go to the end of the series. And there we go. I think you guys should be live here shortly. Yep. And now I just need to redo turn on the overlays again. Get everything going here. There we go. And it looks like Trevor Hunt is currently up front over Peter Pazuchek. Peter's been gone for a few weeks, but it's good to see that number 2 back out front here. And Glass sitting currently in P number 3. There we go. Pull up the tower so you can see where your drivers are at right now. Justin Kirby back in P number 4. Jake Lish in P number 5. Grady Gherkin in 6th. Scott Bolster is in 7th. Jeff Ryan's in 8th, Tommy Ryan in 9th, Jerry West in 10th, and Brett Kirby in 11th. So a couple big hitters not out here. Missing your points leader, along with Andrew Ratcliffe here tonight. Put up the track back here so you can see that track. They're all kind of together. Over here, let's see, there we go. Back up front here, let's see where everybody's at. The battle right now is between Grady Gherkin and Scott Bolster. Scott Bolster on that low side, looking to get that 45 around the 46. It's been a pretty long run here, a little long season so far with these drivers, and a lot of people coming and going here for UCRL. So the field has changed pretty much every week, and you can see like tonight our points leader not being here. So there's going to be a big impact on points here tonight, as he will not collect any, as Trevor Hunt will make gain a lot of ground along with Justin Kirby, and Grady Gherkin also have the chance and the opportunity to make big grounds on a run, maybe to close in that gap and make a run for the championship win here. Right now, all the drivers are single file. There's the tail pretty much all the way around here. I think this is the closest I've seen them run other than Daytona. And that's kind of, this track's MO. A lot of close racing. And with these drivers being as good as they are, and no doubt in my mind that they'll be like this probably almost the entirety of the night. Grady Gherkin right now only up one spot, but Trevor Hunt had the pole here tonight. Peter Pazuchek started in 3rd, Tim Glass was in 2nd, Justin Kirby started 4th, Jake Lesh started in 6th, Grady Gherkin started in 7th, and Scott Bolster actually started 5th. We'll find Tommy Ryan, Jerry West, and Brett Kirby starting at the back of the field, just hanging out there right now. After 117 laps, we're 132. That's okay. These drivers can go about 65 laps on a tank of gas. I'm sure a lot of that's coming into play here. Some thinking about maybe saving some fuel and make sure they can get to that halfway mark and make it to where they only need to stop once. We did see the two-stop pit strategy work last week, which was good to see. We are live here on CRN. Obviously, thanks. Let's just give a shout out to the sponsors, Max Graphics and iRacers Lounge Podcast, along with Rogue Energy. So, battling in the back with Jerry West and Scott Bolster. Jerry West looking to get that 0-0 underneath the 45 to make a pass here. Scott Bolster falling back just a little bit here early on as we're on lap 13 of 132. These drivers running right around the 30 seconds per lap. Go ahead and hop on board. Let's see. Let's go with Brett Kirby since he's in the back today. Again, the cockpit here. See what these drivers are experiencing. Pretty amazing how close this simulator is to real life here as the drivers get to experience laser scan tracks. iRacing continues to update. Sometimes more tracks, more than others. The drivers have their hands full tonight. The car can get a little loose, especially under these cooler weathers and having a full tank of gas. Nobody being able to break away just yet. Trevor Hunt is out front over Peter Krasuchek, Justin Kirby, Jake Glass, Grady Gherkin, and Tim Glass, Jeff Ryan, Tommy Ryan, Jerry West, Brent Kirby, Scott Bolster.
Finally get to join you here in the booth, Jimmy, and it's I've always found Nashville Superspeedway just different. I mean, it's you're so used to seeing Bristol, and you're so used to seeing Dover, those concrete tracks, and you're just you're used to seeing the white concrete, gray concrete, whatever you want to consider with all the tire marks on it. But it's just different, and it clearly drives different as well. But seeing this Nashville Superspeedway a lot bigger, and the tri-oval aspect of it, it's just a different animal, and it just all looks different, but it's the driving aspect of it. I mean, driving on these faster concrete tri-ovals, it's not easy, and it's gonna chew up the tires, and it's gonna take a skilled driver to get around here. And the fact that the track temperatures are a little bit cooler typically help out, typically help you with the grip and the tire wear and everything else. But here on the concrete, I don't know, I find it sometimes kind of goes the opposite way, and it gets a little bit more slick out there. But looks like everybody has a grip on it, and no surprise here. It's just the guys here at UCRL. They know what they're doing clearly better than I do. Or I'll throw you in there. I'll throw you under the bus. That's fine. But good start here to the race, as looks like we're on that lap number 19 of 132.
Yeah, lap 19 of 132. I did get a chance to get out there. I want to give a shout to Scott Bolster, and he's the man behind the curtain, the man that makes this league happen, and always trying to make it better. And he spends, obviously he's busy himself, but he finds the time to actually make setups for these drivers. So they're not like stock setups or whatnot, and listens to the drivers on their inputs, obviously taking their inputs into consideration when building these setups for everybody. And I got a chance to run it here today while I was setting up cameras pre-race, and I was running some pretty close times of what these drivers are running now. So I feel confident I probably would have done pretty well from the start, but my problem, like I've said in the past, Carl, has always been tire wear. And you talk about this concrete that really can't chew them up.
Yeah, absolutely. Good to see some of the names out here that maybe not necessarily always at the front, as a bit of a different feel here tonight with Trevor Hunt out front. Peter Bazuchek, though, having a really good run there in second place. Jake Lesh up there in fourth place as well. So mixing up here a little bit, and it could be a product of the track conditions out here and the track itself. As sometimes these different tracks here, like Nashville Superspeedway, it's a tri-oval. It shouldn't be that different from everything else, and sure, it's 1.33, so almost a mile and a half tri-oval, like you see some of the others, but sometimes these tracks can drive a little bit more like road courses, and that's where you'll see some of the guys that maybe are a little bit better on the road courses and kind of handling the cars a little bit more, and really getting a feel for turn in and kind of let the car roll through the corner a little bit better. That's maybe why you see some of the guys like Peter Bazuchek out there at the front of the pack. Kind of surprised to see Justin Kirby back there in third and not up there competing with these two, but maybe just kind of sitting back there, biding his time, saved a little bit of tires as the top five kind of broken out here a little bit from the rest of the field, as we kind of got two packs going right now. The top five finishing off right there in fifth place with Grady Gerk, and then Tommy Ryan heading up that second pack of looks like about five drivers as well, but Scott Bolster trying his best there to cast that line out, reel in Jerry West and join this pack.
Yeah, and just Scott's definitely not out of it yet, as he's just kind of hanging on behind the rest of the pack there, but trying to, hopefully, maybe, which is a rarity, these drivers make a mistake here, and we'll see how they do. But like we talked about, these drivers can go about about 65 laps, Carl, to maybe 70, depending on how much they save as far as fuel goes. So there might be some strategy going on here as far as using people's draft to save some fuel, maybe some lifting while they're a little bit slower, but maybe trying to get just that one stop pit stop here to cycle for tonight, and so might just be trying to save that little bit of fuel in order to ensure that they don't have to come in a second time. So we need our Chris Bouchard out there with our two pit stop strategy, try to make it work this week. But like I said, I was telling the fans out there already, Carl, the driver not in attendance tonight, your points leader, 22. And so it just, JP Phillips. So it's going to be a big points game for some of these drivers on that lead that he has. Right now, JP Phillips.
It looks like we need to get the link out there for everybody here in the Discord. But either way, a good start to the race, and it's a bit of a chance here for everyone else to kind of sneak back into the championship, maybe a little bit. I mean, it's going to hurt the Ironman standings for JP Phillips a little bit, as well as he came in with 99.9%, with Justin Kirby being 100%, but right there in second place time with Grady Gerken at 99.9%. So it's not going to drop him too far. I mean, he definitely shows up to quite a bit of races, but same thing with the points. I mean, comes in here with a 52-point lead. Certainly Justin Kirby eating into that lead a little bit, dipping away here and there, but it's going to take a monumental effort, as we are already at the last kind of quarter of the season here with Nashville Superspeedway here tonight. Only 3 more races after tonight, being Dover, Myrtle Beach and Atlanta. So it would take a Herculean effort, or maybe just Justin Kirby going out there and cracking off 3-4 wins here to end the season, and JP Phillips having some major issues and not showing up the last few weeks to make it interesting. But either way, I mean, JP Phillips has certainly earned his due. He's had a phenomenal start and middle part of the season, so wouldn't expect anything less here to finish out the season. If you're here tonight, I'm sure he'd be up there, but right now it is Trevor Hunt out front, and maybe Justin heard me talking about him a little bit because he's moving stuff into second.
He got around Peter Pazuchek here not too long ago, about a lap ago, so just a nice clean move there. And now the 46 of Grady Gherkin looking to get past that too as well. But Peter's been out a few weeks, so he's pretty eager to get back in the car and get some racing in. So we'll see if that too can finish this thing out here and get himself on the podium here tonight. But he's going to have his hands full. There's plenty of drivers looking to get to the front. And then speaking of people coming from the front, Tommy Ryan, the number 99, up 4 spots, working his way through the field. Just slowly and methodically yet again here tonight.
Yeah, not a shocker there as he reels in this group that was your top 5 as Trevor Hunt trying to run away here a little bit up there, 1 second ahead of the little group here, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th right now, with Justin Kirby, Grady Gherkin, Peter Pazuchek falling back to 4th, having Ryan right there in 5th, but now moving himself around Peter Pazuchek, or at least trying to side by side for 4th place right now. Give it to Tommy Ryan heading into turn number 3. Jake Lesh, Brent Kirby, Jerry West, Jeff Ryan, and Tim Glass going to round out your top 10. That's Scott Bolster rounding out the field there in 11th, as we are starting lap number 34 here of 132. So less than 100 laps to go. Again, these drivers most likely are only going to need 1 pit stop. I'm tired of guessing, Jimmy. I'm done. I don't care what the estimated says. I don't even care what you say that you've tested. I'm done. When it comes to fuel mileage, I give up. These guys just, I'm scratching my head every week. I'm like, well, but it said this. No. So no, forget it. I'm done. We'll see what happens. I expect 1 pit stop, but you never know. I guess we'll see.
So after that 57, all over the 51 here for B number 6 as Brent Kirby looking to make a move here on lap 35, 132, and looks like he's going to get that inside edge off of Jake Lesh and hopefully be able to make the pass down the tri-oval area. So far, so good. Looks like a pretty clean pass so far. He should gain the spot here off of turn number 2. But Jake Lesh
has anything to say about it. The outside line just enough to be annoying, and it looks like Kirby now finally going to make that pass on Lesh. But yeah, that middle line, just enough speed to kind of hold him at bay down there. Maybe make him use the tires up a little bit and get him on the deeper run here. We should be about halfway through the fuel run for the boys here at the Man Cave After Dark Xfinity Series. I want to send a thank you out there to everybody tuning in. If you haven't done so yet, hit that like and subscribe. Get in touch with everything that CRN has to offer, as is our me and Jimmy's 2nd race of the night, but we've got tons of racing here on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, along with a few other nights of the week. So if you like racing, this is where you want to be for sure. We've got a race coming up this Saturday for those that are not in touch with everything that CRN has. We've got the CRN Coke 300, the 2nd annual. Last season ended up putting on a great show, had a great turnout, great race, and man of the field here tonight in 4th place was your winner last season, that being Tommy Ryan. But not the Xfinity cars, they're in the 87 NASCARs, so the older NASCARs for this Saturday's race. If you're looking for something to do Saturday night, that's definitely going to be a good one, and I'll certainly be tuning in whenever I get a chance, as Jimmy and Joe will be bringing you the flag-to-flag coverage on that one. If you're looking to get in, there's still a chance to get in, as well as we're taking entries all the way up until Friday night to get your name in the ring. And into to battle with these great drivers. We've got a good driver already signed up. I'm sure there's going to be some more signed up here in the next few days as well. But I mean, again, I wish I could be a part of it in the booth and really get into it. I know I'm probably going to be adding my own commentary, and I'm going to be probably told to knock it off by my wife. just watching the race. But it's certainly going to be a good one, so I'm looking forward to tuning into that one. But we got a good one here right now as these guys are on lap number 40. Been nice and clean, nice and green from the beginning of this thing. And it is Trevor Hunt out front by 1.2 seconds over Justin Kirby, who is just holding off Grady Gherkin there in second place. Tommy Ryan now right up there in the mix, second, third, and fourth. Throw a blanket over on Peter Brzucek, falling back now a little bit, with Brent Kirby now catching up to the back of him, as well as that's going to be a battle for fifth and sixth.
And you see Tim Glass is falling. He started on the outside pole, currently back there in P11, and I raced with Tim obviously when we did the Gen 4 cars, and him raced around each other a lot, and I think he probably has he races a lot more than I do. But I think he's probably still trying to work how to really stay on them tires and continue to be, fast to stay up front. And it's like a balance to try to be fast and save them tires and not burn them off. It's a lot of throttle control and using your brakes in order to get nice and smooth corners and not too much input to ruin them tires.
Also want to send a shout out to the sponsors here on the series, that being Max Graphics, and I always forget the second one.
iRacers Lounge.
iRacers Lounge, the other one.
Rogue Energy.
Rogue Energy, that's it. There's so many different energy drinks nowadays, but Rogue Energy for helping these boys out here on the Man Cave After Dark Xfinity series. Guys, they're already looking to see what they're going to be doing for next season. And Jimmy, for anybody out there that's looking to get in and join these guys, do you have any more details on what they're looking to do for next season yet?
I know they're throwing ideas out there. I believe it's the Gen 4s again, if I'm not mistaken. I think it starts up in August. They're going to take a small break, and I believe it's going to be still on Tuesday nights. I talked to Scott just a little bit about if they're going to run Thursdays or Tuesdays. They toss it around, but it's up to the drivers, obviously, and when they want to get out here and get on the track and run as a league. And they got a great, like I said, they got a great core of drivers. They always have, and like I said, I've talked to many of them. They're more willing to help you out, and when you race around them, they're super clean. I've never had any issues not watching them, not driving with them. They're just some of the greatest guys that I've met on iRacing as far as like a group of people. So it's got, you want to get into racing with UCRL. They run a little bit later at night. They kind of, allow the kiddos to get to bed, and allow the people from the West Coast to even join in, at a little bit later time here. So a little later on the East Coast time for you, but it's definitely, that helps out bring in some of the other time zones. But anybody is welcome, as far as I know, and small entry fee, and kind of help run things. But in any case, like I said, great group of guys. Get out here. You want to support them and drive and just even learn something. Even if you're slow, back markers count too. So you can't win a race if you don't have people behind you. So, but you can definitely learn running around some of these drivers. And it's also one of the few leagues, Carl, where they actually run 100% fuel, and it adds another dynamic to racing. So from being able to run extremely fast laps, but being able to hold that through the entirety of a whole fuel tank is a challenge. I guess there's no other better words to it. I mean, it's just a challenging feat to manage your tires, hit your marks, run around people cleanly. When the car starts acting a little bit different, because it changes as the laps go by, as the day goes by, as the rubber gets put on the track. So a lot of challenges that these drivers do, and using a full fuel tank definitely is different than starting off with, like, say 50%. So they do have limited tires, but they don't pit often. So because of all the green flag running they do, so tires have never really been a debate here at any of these races.
Already on lap number 50 here of 132, and it is still Trevor Hunt been leading the entire way here. He's got a 1.5 second lead over the group right there you see behind second, third, and fourth. Hanging somewhat close, but Trevor Hunt has been slowly chipping away and pulling away from these guys. That's a 1.6 second lead now over Justin Kirby, Grady Gherkin, and Tommy Ryan. Then you look another 3 seconds back. Brent Kirby has worked his way around to Peter Brzucek, as has Jerry West. So now it is Kirby, West, Brzucek, 5th, 6th, and 7th. Jake Lesh is right there in the mix, looking to try and make a run at Peter Brzucek as well. So maybe Peter using up those tires just a little bit more than the rest of the field right now in those first 40, 50 laps of this race. Jeff Ryan in 9th place. Scott Bolster moves himself into 10th with Tim Glass in 11th right now. But all in all, good start once again for these guys, and that's really another testament to the league, is that there's just I understand it's a little bit smaller field right now, but even when these guys had larger fields, very few cautions, and a lot of races going caution free the entire way, it makes a league that much more appealing to others. And like I said, Jimmy, I mean, it's not for nothing the fact that they do help each other out. I mean, that is a big plus. There's so many different leagues you can get in where guys just care about coming out there and winning, and that's all they're there for. They're coming out there, want to come in and win, get a top 5, whatever, and leave. And that doesn't help build a league. It's what builds a league is when you get a bunch of guys that are willing to help each other out. And a lot of these guys are spread out between 2 or 3 teams, so they already kind of help each other out that way. But if anybody has any kind of questions, they're right there ready to help out, whether it's struggling on pace, struggling on tires, what have you. They'll certainly sit down and try and help you and try and figure out and try and tell you in layman's terms what you need to do out there.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head with that one, Carl. Just like I said, you probably, like I said, one of the better bunch of guys that I've met as far as league as an overall whole. Just being able to share their experiences on a lot of these drivers have been around a long time. I don't know if they're still doing officials anymore, but their I ratings are well in the 3,000s for the most part, and definitely could probably raise them a lot higher if they spent more time on the sim. But I believe they do just mostly league racing now, and they just enjoy racing around each other. They know each other. They know how each other races. They know who's strong where, and who to watch and follow, and pick up a line. So it could be Grady Gherkin back here, maybe just following Justin Kirby here, and maybe picking up something that works a little bit better than what maybe he's used to or thought worked here at Nashville Superspeedway. So if I'm not mistaken, Nashville Superspeedway is fairly newer to the service as well, isn't it, Paul?
Newer to the service, yes. Yeah, it's newer to the service. That and Nashville Fairgrounds. I think Nashville Fairgrounds is the one that's even newer. I think the Superspeedway has been here just a little bit longer, but certainly 2 completely different tracks here. The Superspeedway. It's named a super speedway. Obviously, when you think super speedway, you're thinking of Daytona, you're thinking of Talladega. This one only being 1.33, but a couple of guys getting into the wall right there on the backstretch. But the fairgrounds is your typical fairground style, short track, high banking, only a half-mile track there. That's certainly a different animal to try and get around, as these guys did experience it earlier on in the season. But this one certainly, as I said before, it has some quirks, and it has just a different driving style that you're typically used to on the 1.5 to 1 1/3 mile tri-ovals. And so far, it's been Trevor Hunt that has been dominating out front, but nobody has really stepped out. Even Trevor Hunt at the front, it's not been that big of a lead. He's gotten out there to 1.6. They've reeled it back in there now to 1.45, but it's not an insurmountable lead by any means. And it seems like Justin Kirby, Grady Gherkin, and Tommy Ryan all starting to get a little bit quicker here late on in the run. Should be seeing some pit stops very soon.
And we're here on lap 60, so within 10 laps. We know they're trying to shoot for at least probably the halfway mark. So they know they can make it the whole way, but I can see somebody staying out there and make sure they don't have to save at all. Like I said, Carl, I actually put quite a bit of laps on this track this afternoon. So the calculations, that's my fuel calculators out to lunch, and that does happen. But I was getting right around the 65 and I said my max was a 69. So. It's a possibility, and I wasn't saving at all. So these drivers should make it here at least another 3 laps without saving at all, or using a draft to help save as well. And the draft isn't a big factor here, is they're not able to suck up at each other like at a Daytona, like a typical super speedway. But at least this track here, you can run too wide here, so you've got a little battle here between Grady Gherkin and Tommy Ryan, as Tommy Ryan is going to make it by the number 46. So Tommy Ryan coming on strong as he's made it through the field so far. He's up 6 spots, sitting there in P number 3. Got around Grady Gherkin, now has his sights set on Justin Kirby. See if Tommy can use what he's gotten at 99 tonight to make his way up to and past Justin. But then the big thing is, can he catch that number 59 Trevor Hunt here tonight? As he started from the pole, it's been all 59 here tonight at Nashville Superspeedway.
Well, if anybody has a chance of catching, I wouldn't put it past the 99, but Justin Kirby, I can't really put it past him either, as he's closed the gap down. It was 1.6, it's down to 1.2. Justin Kirby certainly would love to have a good night with JP Phillips not being here and really try and scratch into that lead a little bit more with just 3 races to go after this one, as we cross over past the halfway point now in the race, and again should be seeing some pit stops very soon. And we'll see if the short pit ends up playing a part in this thing as well, because track position seems to be at a premium. You can make passes here, and if you're better on your tires and you can make them last a little bit longer in these runs, you can make those passes late on. But I'm sure making that early pit stop and gaining all that track time through the pit stop is going to be a lot easier, as we already see Grady Gherkin peeling off and giving up that top 3 position. He's going to be into the pits, as is Jake Lesh. So it is pit time here, and Jimmy, lap 67, just like he said.
I told you. Yes, I just kind of figured it was going to be somewhere around there. I know these drivers definitely want to strip it out, but yeah, Trevor Hunt peeling off to go down in the pits there. Does it look like Justin Kirby almost had a incident with the wall there. These cars can really get them down into the corner here, Carl. And you just got to be super easy with the setup that they have tonight. Got to be super easy with a throttle so you don't bring that rear end around. You can really Tokyo drift these cars around the corners here. But pit stops are happening now. Tommy Ryan's down the pits. Jerry West is coming down. Trevor Hunt's already in getting service and gone. Tim Glass is down. Peter Pazuchek, Scott Bolster. So a round of pit stops here on lap 6 between 65 and 68.
Kirby Brothers and Jeff Ryan, the only ones that have yet to come down into the pits, as Justin Kirby is your leader and looking to stretch the thing out a little bit further and maybe have a shorter pit stop when it comes to fuel, as well as a little bit more tires at the end of this race. I mean, we've seen him catch it up there late in the run with Trevor Hunt in the lead, but if he can stretch this thing out and make a late pit stop here, as he's the last one to come into the track, he may lose some track position, he may lose some time here on the pit stop. It looks like he's slowing down now and he's going to be the final one to come into the pits, as getting anything and everything all the way up to that cone. Great entry there for the 58. And it's really, you can lose a little bit of time. You don't want to lose positions, though. I mean, that's the biggest thing, is it's going to be hard to get around and make those passes for position while saving tires. And it looks like Brett Kirby is in and out here. He's going back onto the track, and he is going to shuffle back in 6th place, just ahead of Peter Brzuchek. But eyes on the 58 to see how far back he is going to come out, as Trevor Hunt coming around right now. He is going to regain the lead. You see right there Justin Kirby coming out of the pits right now, but he's going to stay down on that apron on the access road. Going to lose 3rd place there to Tommy Ryan. We'll see if he can get out ahead of Jerry West, and looks like he will do so. Jerry West just coming out of turn number 2 right there. So Justin Kirby in 4th place. Got the newest tires on the track, but Tommy Ryan in front of him, only 2 laps on the track on his, or 2 laps longer on the track than his tires. So it's going to be tough getting around that 99 for sure. But if Justin Kirby can catch up to him, he may be able to ride at that wave and see both of them can work their way up to pass Brady Gherkin and eventually Trevor Hunt in the second half of this race.
Brent Kirby sitting the fastest lap with a 30.22. Just that last time by for his last lap. So 57's got some work to do to try to make his way up the front, but he's going to get a round, Jerry? Yes. We're going to battle right here.
Yeah, not sure where that happened. I'm kind of confused now, because I thought we'd seen him come out in front of him.
It was Justin.
Yeah, but I thought we seen that right there too. But okay, I guess not. Either way, Brent Kirby gets around Jerry West as well, and now Justin and Brent are back-to-back 4th and 5th, and gotta keep an eye on this. We know how much they hate each other. They may be brothers, but not they hate each other one bit.
Carl, I think we got them scared. A lot of times I'm seeing on like the opposite end of the field.
I mean, look, they won't even pit together. I mean, one pit's on lap 68, the other one on lap 69. They don't want to be anywhere close to each other, but they are right now on only 4, well, call it 3.5, actually, yeah, can't have 3.5 seconds in between the 2 brothers right now. So
let me do this for you.
Mention your mounting it. If we have the lap. Lap by lap, see if they get a little bit closer here.
There, that does the math for you between the 2.
For that last lap by Brent Kirby, it is getting tight, and man, this could get very interesting if Brent Kirby catches up to Justin. But either way, it is Trevor Hunt out there in the lead on lap number 75 right now. Jimmy, I think it's about time to crank these boys up here at UCRL and give everyone out there in CRN Nation a little love to hear it.
Yeah, a little bit of love to hear it. Sights and sounds of Nashville Superspeedway. I almost want to play the honky tonk or something. But it's all Trevor Hunt right now. He's out front from the get-go. Grady Gherkin, Tommy Ryan trying to hunt him down. He's out to a 2-second lead. As you can see, they keep bouncing back and forth by mere hundredths of a second. So Tommy and Grady are going to have to maybe put aside racing each other to see if they can catch up to that number 59 of Trevor Hunt that's out front. And then in fourth place is Justin Kirby, fifth place Brett Kirby, sixth place Jerry West, Peter Pazuchek's back in seventh, Jeff Ryans in eighth, Jake Lesh in ninth, Tim Glass is in 10th, and Scott Bolster for our 11 car field here tonight.
Nice green flag racing so far the entire way, as we are down to 41 laps to go in this race. And it's been Trevor Hunt. It's been the Trevor Hunt show this entire race so far, as he's been out there enjoying a nice sized lead. It's gotten out there to 1.6 seconds on the last run. Now this run out there to 1.9 seconds. But now new second place. Tommy Ryan moves past Grady Gherkin. We'll see what that 99 has for Trevor Hunt here and see if he can go out there. I mean, he's been the most dominant car out there, not JP Phillips, as he has grabbed 6 wins on the season. Tonight would be win number 7 if he can lock it down. But I mean, he's been out there 15 races, one shy of what JP Phillips was out there, and he's got 12 out of 15 races in the top 5 and top 10, but JP Phillips has the same amount. He's got 12 top 5s in 16 races, but 15 top 10s. So that is the big difference. Is he's only finished outside the top 10 one time this year, and that was back when they were having bigger car counts, and top 10s were certainly not guaranteed. So JP Phillips just having a magical season, but not out there tonight. And Justin Kirby is in 4th place, trying to make the late pit stop work out for him, but he had Tommy Ryan in front of him for quite some time. Now he's got Grady Gherkin in front of him, because Tommy Ryan is making his tires work right now and is gaining on your leader for sure, as he was a good couple tenths of a second faster that lap and brought it down to 1.6 seconds. So making a late run once again is the 99 of Tommy Ryan. Can Trevor Hunt hold him off?
It's if you're Trevor Hunt, are you trying to save a little more tire, or are you just trying to keep that distance as it is starting to dwindle? It's down to 1.5 seconds, Carl. I mean, it's just like, I don't know. I keep talking about Tommy, but if you want to be a type of driver that's super consistent, pretty much week in and week out, and very successful, and being able to get their car to the front from the back, especially on long green flag runs, this is almost who you want to mirror, that type of driving style. He does such a great job just getting that handle on the car and being able to work his way through the field. You know, we've seen it, week in and week out, and I don't know. It's just like, is there something is there a track that that Tommy can't drive sometimes? Is what you think, and he's just able to figure out the car, and the setup, and make it work for him. So doing a great job here tonight. He's down to a 1.2 second as he's starting to pull away from 3rd place Grady Gherkin. Back there in P number 4. We can't forget about the Kirby's back there, as Justin Kirby is slowly but surely keeping it in on Grady Gherkin.
Yeah, I guess maybe road courses, I think, is that the only point where we see Tommy struggling. It's nice. It's nice to see, some of the rookie guys struggle sometimes. It's get back on my level a little bit. But not tonight. And it looks like Tommy has found a little something here late in this run, and it is now down to 1.1 seconds. But the distance between 3rd and 4th is getting a little bit smaller, as well as That is down to 1.6 seconds for Justin Kirby, trying to reel in this top three. Trevor Hunt now only 0.9 of a second in the lead. Grady Gherkin 0.9 of a second behind Tommy Ryan. But Justin Kirby, again, has got the freshest tires. Has he saved the best for last to try and run this thing down and try and make a run at JP Phillips late in the season here. Not in attendance tonight for the championship.
I mean, he's got to take advantage of that time that he missed, and JP was able to walk away with a win, so this could bring him, that much closer, and making a run here at making the championship rounds, very closer at the end. But here at UCRL, they don't have a playoff like brackets or windows. It's pretty much straight up points, classic NASCAR scoring rules. So just get out there, do your best, collect the points for the week, and keep moving on. And that's how JP Phillips has been able to have success, being able to work his way forward. And obviously, as the car counts have kind of dwindled throughout the weeks. We pretty much settled here right around the 12 or 15 car field. It's very hard to make any points up because, even if you have a not so great race, you're still finishing in, the top 10. So, but anyways, it's a good one here. We're on lap 102 of 132, so 30 laps remaining. Trevor Hunt out front, but I don't know how much longer, as Tommy Ryan has dwindled that lead down to a half a second.
Yeah, excuse me. I think it's a matter of time now, unless Trevor Hunt was maybe just going in a tire save mode here and trying to save a little bit, knowing that Tommy Ryan was going to be making a late run here. But we've seen it before, catching somebody and passing somebody, two completely different things. Certainly, Tommy may have to do a little bit of work here to get around Trevor Hunt and grab his 7th win on the season, but he's got plenty of them to do so. 29 laps left in this race, and he is closing that gap very nicely down to 0.4 seconds is the gap from first to second. The gap from third to fourth is down to 1.4 as well, so Justin Kirby is still gaining and trying to get back up into the mix there, and the battle back at the back of the top 10 that's still waging on, and right there you see it. It's Jeff Ryan in 8th place, Jake Lesh in 9th, and Tim Glass in 10th. And I feel like these guys have just been kind of towing each other along for the last 15, 20, 160 laps, whatever it is. I mean, just every time we look back here, these three are just kind of locked right here, boom, 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 right back next to each other. But we're about to see the same thing for first and second, as the lead now down to 0.3.
And so that lead has diminished. That 2-second lead that Trevor Hunt is now gone, and now he has to fend off the 99 for a 26 laps. So it's still a good little ways here. It's still got a good 10 minutes. But like you said, it's one thing to catch somebody, it's another to get around. And, this isn't for any position. This is for the lead. And, the 59 has led this thing from the start. But the other side of the story is the 99 has from the back. He's now up 7 spots again this week, and just looking to take over, the dominating number 59 at Trevor Hunt.
Looking to the outside, maybe just getting an idea of where he needs to make the run and how he needs to make the run. As again, it's not going to be just a cakewalk to get around Trevor Hunt for sure, as he's led this entire race so far, and I'm sure he doesn't want to give it up with 25 laps to go. But the question is, will these guys battle long enough to bring out the likes of Grady Gherkin or Justin Kirby into the mix? You see Justin Kirby getting a little bit closer. It's only 2.5 seconds the gap from first back to fourth right now. So good battle here, and what was the top 5 kind of breaking away early in the race is now kind of coming back together. The top 4 are going to be coming up to nose to tail, not unlike these guys back here in 8th, 9th, and 10th, as certainly got to be having a lot of fun out there is Jake Lesh, Jeff Ryan, and Tim Glass.
And here's the pass from Jake Lesh on Jeff Ryan.
They did pass each other. Okay.
They did pass, yeah, so Jake Lesh was able to get by Jeff really cleanly. But back up front, Trevor Hunt still has his hands full with the number 99 as Grady Gherkin now maybe wanting them two to battle, so maybe he has the opportunity to get up there and battle for, you know, one of those top two spots. But Justin Kirby has made the gap between fourth and third pretty much disappear as well, as he's down to 0.8 seconds. He's like just in that grasp, like you can see him, and you need to try to hope that that number 46 maybe makes a slight mistake and capitalize on it. And doing a fantastic job here tonight, as Justin's still in. He started fourth, currently in fourth, so you know, pretty much a decent night. But Brent Kirby up 6 spots. He started in the back-to-back, but sitting heat number 5 right now. Jerry West, though, I think is starting. Well, I think he's been closing him down as well. Let me go ahead and pull up the lap history here. Yeah, and he's been steadily closing in on Brett Kirby.
Justin Kirby, lap after lap, has been the fastest car on the track and running some more fast laps the last couple times around there, running a 31.39 at the last lap, with your leader running a 31.54. So the 58 not out of this race at all. We got 21 laps to go. It's about to be 20 here at the line, and the top 4 are going to be covered by less than 2 seconds this time by. It's down to 1.8 from your leader Trevor Hunt back to Justin Kirby, getting very close there, heading into turn number 1, as Trevor Hunt has got a big old 99 in his rearview mirror, looking to try and take away the lead from him that he's had this entire race. And that now 20 laps to go, he is not just out there by himself. He's got to try and fend off Tommy Ryan from win number 7 on the season. But again, the more these guys do battle, the more these two right here are going to close in, as Grady Gherkin is now only 1.1 seconds behind your leader, and Justin Kirby right there as well. Jerry West has reeled in the 57 of Brent Kirby, and will be a pass for the top 5 here very soon, as he's been running some really good lap times back here in 6th place, and now gets a good run off of 2. Trying to take a look to the inside, but going to have to settle in here. But we've got side by side now for the lead up at the front. For the moment, it is still Trevor Hunt holding off Tommy Ryan, but I think Tommy realizes right now it's got to be go time very soon, because the cars behind him are starting to get bigger in the mirror. So he needs to make this pass. He needs to make it soon, but he also wants to make it clean. He's not one to use the bumper to move anybody out of the way. He tries to do it as clean and respectful as possible, but he may have to get a little aggressive here at some point if he wants to try and get win number 7.
Yes. Yes. You know, you look back there at P number 3, and Grady Gherkin definitely has his hands full with that number of 58 of Justin Kirby to get around him. And so you have 2 faster cars trying to get around each other in each position, you know, for the lead and for third. But it looks like Justin Kirby is going to get that inside run down the triangle, and he's going to take over P number 3.
And on the move for sure. And if Tommy wants a chance at this win, he may have to get around Trevor Hunt sooner than he anticipated, because Justin Kirby now in third, and he is going to look to run down these top 2 with 16 laps to go. But can they make the pass on Trevor Hunt is the question. He's been able to hold off Tommy Ryan so far.
He's been doing a really good job holding them off. A few battles kind of brewing here towards the end of the race, as everybody is starting to kind of know that it's go time, and They should have enough fuel, Carl. Just who has saved their tires a little bit more. So 99, he's been on the back bumper now for quite a few laps. We're almost 10.
But still has yet to make a pass. He's gotten close a couple times and tried to make a little bit of a run on him, but nothing doing just yet. Justin Kirby has gotten into third, but has kind of stalled out here a little bit as running the same time as Tommy Ryan that last lap. Actually, yeah, he ran the same time as Tommy Ryan and only 0.02 of a second faster than your leader. So maybe Trevor Hunt saving a little bit here in the tank for this charge right here at the end. And Tommy Ryan certainly not having it easy trying to get around the 59. And the 58 of Justin Kirby now doing a little bit better that lap. Maybe just had a little bit of a blip on the radar, but gains a little bit of time right back there. It's 1.2 seconds back to Justin Kirby from Tommy Ryan here, but back in the battle here. And it took quite a few laps here to get it back up here in the mix, but Tommy Ryan has been back here behind the 59 now for a good 10 laps, and by behind him, I mean like right behind him. He's been on his back bumper for quite some time, but either he is biding his time or he's having trouble.
He might have just, I mean, he needs that line that they're both running, and right now he doesn't have any newer tires. He doesn't have. All he has is skill right now, and just trying to hope that Trevor Hunt makes a mistake in order so he can put that 99 around the number 59. So, but Trevor doing a fantastic job of holding him off, and he's holding it. So he's at that 0.22, but he's not right on the bumper, but I mean he is on the back bumper. He just cannot. The 59 cannot make a mistake. He needs to hold his pace and his line, because if he falls off it, Tommy Ryan's got to take advantage and he's going to slide right by.
And excuse me, 10 laps to go as they head around down to the backstretch one more time. A good run there by the 99, and just not enough to gain and get a run on the 59, but still battles 2 by 2 all the way through the field here. Just little pockets of battles at this point, but it's getting close to being a 3-car battle at the front. And I feel like if Justin Kirby can reel in both Tommy Ryan and Trevor Hunt, that Grady Gherkin is close enough that he could still potentially play a part in this top 3 and maybe the mix for the win. But they're going to have to get up there pretty quickly. 9 laps to go as they head and off into turn number 3 and 4. It'll be 8 at the line. Tommy Ryan very close once again coming off the corner, but just not enough to put a nose on the inside.
I'll hop on top of that Tommy and see that as he continues to look for that advantage on the 59. That 59 getting a really good entry to 3. Tommy getting a little better run.
And now here's the run, and looking to the outside, side by side for the lead. 7 laps to go. Trevor Hunt trying to push him up towards that wall as much as possible, but we've seen this middle line have some good runs coming off the corner. Trevor Hunt trying to stay far enough away that he's not allowing that 99 to get a side draft, but they are side by side down the backstretch. And Tommy Ryan getting a pretty good run into 3, but so is Trevor Hunt. Not going to let it go at all very easily, but this time by with a little bit of side draft. That one got very close to being Tommy Ryan at the front. And as long as these guys are going to do battle, that 57 is catching up. Sorry, the 58 of Justin Kirby is catching up, and now only 0.8 seconds behind these guys as they are side by side on lap number 6, or 6 laps to go into 3 and 4. Tommy just maybe a little bit better on that middle line, but Trevor Hunt not going away. Give that lap to Tommy Ryan. Can Trevor Hunt fight him off here, trying to push him up just a little bit higher, entering the corner, so he can grab that inside, get a run, and he does so. When you see that line on the outside, getting a little bit more run on the backstretch.
It's the first time we've been able to see the outer line actually be able to hold and maintain the speed needed, but Trevor has him cleared right there. Not Cornell. Oh, he wants a block. That's a block.
And he's going to have to do more than that, as he's going to have two cars going to have to block very soon. Look who has decided to join the battle. Justin Kirby has made this a three-car battle here to finish this thing off. He has left Grady Gherkin in the dust back there in fourth place. And we've got three cars here in line. Trevor Hunt maybe backing up that exit a little bit, maybe on purpose, but that is going to give the 99 of Tommy Ryan a little bit of a run. Looking to the outside one more time. Question is, where is Justin Kirby gonna go? I mean, he's got to pick a line. He's got to figure out who's going to be better. Maybe give a little bump, a little push to try and help one of them get by if he wants a chance at this win. But they head off into turn number 3, 3 to go. And I mean, throw a blanket over the top three here. Who you got? Who you think's going to pull this thing off? Can Trevor Hunt hold off Tommy Ryan? Can Tommy Ryan grab win number 7? Can Justin Kirby make that extended run in the first half of the race pay off for another win for him and give him 3 wins on the season and tie him with your points leader JP Phillips at the front? We've got 2 laps to go. Call it 1.5 right now as they head off into turn number 3.
Each of these drivers are definitely running out of time. Trevor just wanting these laps to go by.
Another run to the outside. 1 to go. Banging a little bit on the front stretch. Going to be almost 2 or 3 wide as Justin Kirby sends it into turn number 1. Gets into the side of Trevor Hunt. And now Trevor going to cross over, get to the inside. He's going to have a side draft. Tommy Ryan has got nowhere to go unless he wants to take it 3 wide. He's going to follow somebody. He's going back and forth. Trevor Hunt has the edge again on the inside, but here comes Justin Kirby on the outside. Does Tommy go 3 wide on the middle? No, he's going to push I can't even say it. Trevor Hunt, he's going to push him to the win by 0.2. Scratch that. 0.2 seconds. The win for Trevor Hunt. 0.07 back to Tommy Ryan. What a finish, Jimmy. I think we got to take a look at that one more time with a different view. I mean, that was an epic finish right there. But Trevor Hunt gets it done here at the end. We'll take a look at the last couple laps here. This is on the front stretch, coming to the white flag. A little bit of a neck code bump there. Gives you see Justin Kirby the inside there, and Trevor Hunt comes down and does everything to try and keep him back there. A beautiful over mid-corner. Just gets to the inside of Justin Kirby. A little bit of a side draft, a little help from Tommy Ryan there, and maybe playing both the drivers there on the backstretch in hopes that he can get some kind of run somewhere. And then coming to the front stretch, I think maybe Tommy had a chance to go 3 wide at the bottom, but chooses to go down to the bottom, and you see it right there by about a bumper. Trevor Hunt gets it done. What a finish.
Yeah. I mean, from a race where everything was spread out to kind of just kind of cruise control to a little bit of battling there for the lead, and Trevor Hunt being able to hold off the 99 and throw in the mix of the 58 and stir things up a little bit, a little bit and go for broke, and a little bit of side checking here and there, but they keep it going clean and straight, and Trevor Hunt walks away the victor with Justin Kirby pulling off a P number 2. Tommy Ryan will finish in 3rd. Grady Gherkin's going to be P number 4. And then Jerry West, Brett Kirby, Peter Pazuchek, Jake Lesh, Tim Glass, Scott Polster, and Jeff Ryan for your 11-car field.
132 laps, and it took every bit of that to finally decide the winner here tonight. I mean, if you look at just the stats at the end of this race, you see Trevor Hunt on top with a ton of laps led, and you think that he just went out there and just dominated this race, and it was an easy victory. But you take a look at that interval at the end, it was anything but, as it looks like. Yeah, I mean, 0.02 seconds, so a bumper, the difference between first and second, and only 0.07 in between first, second, and third. So epic finish here tonight, as Trevor Hunt, well deserved here for the win, and that will cap off and give him win number 2. So it ties him with Justin Kirby there, and a little bit more team bragging rights, as another great run by the boys at Black Magic Motorsports. But it's time to bring these guys in for their interviews and turn it over to the post-race show presented by iRacers. iRacers Lounge podcast for the post-race interviews. So I don't know why I struggle with that so much, but at least I got it this time, Jimmy. So back off. Sure. And
all right, I won't dig at you. I won't dig at you.
All right. But either way, like I said, post-race interviews now, and we'll start with third place tonight. Jimmy, why don't you go ahead and take our third place finisher here, Tommy Ryan at the 99.
Hey, yeah. Tommy, this is Jimmy Carl in the booth. That was one heck of a race from start to finish green, obviously, and then the last 3 laps. Just give us a rundown on what it was like out there.
It was just, once I was just telling Trevor, once I got to him, it was just like the tires just lost 10% of grip, and I could get some runs, from time to time, but it was just not consistent on when it would hook up, and I could push the car a little harder, but I would just really tear the front tires up. So I had to manage the runs that I was getting and try to do something with them when it would come alive. And I didn't want to go to the bottom because I knew that I was, my front tires were already kind of pissed. So if I tried to go to the bottom, I thought I would just be too tight, and I would either wash up and hit him or just couldn't carry the corner speed. So that's why I kept poking to the outside, because I could feel like I get a little more downforce on the nose and have a little wiggle room in case I did push. And it was starting to work, and then I got tight that one time, and I had to settle down again, and then I finally got a run again, and then he blocked me a little bit to the top, and then Justin joined the party, and then it was on. So it was man, it was a lot of fun.
All I was getting a little stale there until the end. Man, you guys liven things up to end the evening, but it just testament to all you drivers out there. Great finish. Congratulations on the P number 3 there. Obviously coming from the back again, and just working your way like you usually do. It's just nothing but impressive. But again, just want to say congratulations and give you a little bit of time for any shouts that you may have.
Yeah, thanks for Northern Tool and Equipment, northerntool.com. The spring is here, so there's a lot of stuff that we sell that make your yard look real good. So check us out. And then Black Magic Motorsports. And the field's small, but we put on a pretty good show at the end. There's the caliber of drivers in here is really, really close. So I mean, you got 3 guys, 3 wide, trying to get to the line there. So it was stupid, crazy fun, man.
I mean, you can't ask for anything better than that. A nice clean race and a great battle to the finish. So again, congratulations, and we'll let you get out of here and go celebrate with your friends and family.
All right, bud. Thanks.
Her third place finisher here tonight, the 99 of Tommy Ryan. Second place tonight is going to be Justin Kirby. And Justin, I had my eyes on you in that second half of the race. I seen you take that first run a little bit longer than everybody else. You had just a little bit fresher tires than Tommy Ryan and Trevor Hunt. You caught up to Grady Gherkin pretty quickly, and you got around him, but it almost kind of seemed like it stalled out a little bit. It took those guys battling for you to finally reel him in.
Oh yeah, for sure. It was one of those deals where my tires ran out of juice compared to what they had, and I was starting to drive just a little bit harder, and just you get the tires that old, it just ends up being counterproductive. So it did, like, discipline has to kick in, and just it's like, okay, I let the car sit, rotate center, don't jump on the gas too early. And it's a mind game like that. Just pound out laps just to try to reel them back in. And then once I started seeing Trevor getting defensive with Tommy as much as he was, it's like, all right, we got a shot here.
So you're saying it's not just go faster and left. It's a little bit more involved, is what I'm hearing, and that definitely makes a lot of sense. But take me to the last lap there. I mean, obviously that's when all the fireworks went off. You finally were able to catch up to those guys after they did their battling. You guys coming to the white flag, a little bit of a bump between Trevor Hunt and Tommy Ryan. It looked like maybe it was even a netcode bump. But what were your thoughts heading into turn one?
That was my shot, and I knew I was going to clear Trevor with as much momentum as I had, but I had to keep it on the bottom. There's one thing I didn't do. I didn't keep it on the bottom. So I would have had to really dump the brakes to try to keep it down. So I figured it's like, okay, I'm already this far gone. Let the wheel go and try to get the best run I can through 3 and 4. And then got down to 3 and 4. I hit my entry the way I wanted to, and I got excited, and I got back to the gas too early and to shove the nose. And I was fighting that the whole way down, and that was all she wrote.
Well, it's one of those situations where your mind says go clear the guy and get into the lead, but realistically looking back at it, was it probably better to kind of let off a little bit earlier and just really focus on hitting that bottom, because you couldn't really pick out which line was quicker. I mean, eventually it seemed like the bottom line was the one that was able to hold off the charges, but that middle line wasn't exactly bad either. So, I mean, did you have any kind of thoughts of where you would have liked to be on those last couple laps?
No, whatever lane I could get was pretty much it, because it's so competitive here that if you take for granted one line or another, it's like, oh, I'll just wait for it's if someone else is going to come up from behind you and pass you. So you got to take what you can get. If I would have had a run on the bottom, I would have went and taken it and took my chances that they made a mistake up top. And if I would have gotten the top side, I mean, Trevor did the right thing, block at the top, because it was. You could get a hell of a run if you could get the car to sit and rotate, which this is a theme for this place. If you could get it sit and rotate, you could hold off anybody on the bottom for however long you wanted to. So it was, that was fun.
Yeah, I mean, it's never fun being on the losing end of a 0.02, but I mean, just a heck of a run, a heck of a finish, and you absolutely deserved it. I mean, you had to earn your way back there. You've made the conscious effort of running late in that first run and had just a little bit fresher tires than everybody else. It paid off to make a bit of a run at the end, but you come away with a second. However, JP Phillips not in the field here tonight. It's still going to take maybe him missing another race or two for you to get back in this points battle. But I mean, a second place with him not being in the show here tonight, 3 races to go. You think it's still in the cards?
Most definitely. Main reason being, our drop-offs are going to start kicking in starting next week. So I'm kind of hoping my bad finishes are really bad and their finishes that are dropping off are way up there, because that'll start cycling me closer to them once we get to the final race. Then the final race can't count as a drop. So that's once we know where the points are at after race 19, race 20, it's game on.
Well, we'll certainly see that in the next couple weeks. Here is only 3 races to go here in the season. Are there any races that you're looking forward to on the last couple here? You got Dover, Myrtle, and Atlanta to try and grab a kind of a statement win here to kind of stamp your championship hopes.
Dover is my baby. That is the one track that like when I was first learning sim racing, I'm going to go way back here, back in 95, 96 on NASCAR 1 and NASCAR 2. I drove Dover religiously. It is the funnest track for me to drive on anything. So I've got a lot of confidence there. Myrtle Beach, I haven't run there a whole lot, so that one's going to be a toss up. But Atlanta's been pretty good to me and our team, and kind of got to hope for some good juju once I get there.
Well, I guess final question for you. You mentioned the team. What's it been like running with the team this year? And it seems like all of you guys are up there week in, week out. Obviously, you guys are the ones battling for the championship. You guys were the ones battling for the win here tonight. So what's it like? What's the atmosphere inside the team right now?
It's obviously it's very good just from the straight results, but once you get to a certain point and you got a really good method of doing things, you just keep doing it, and you try to make it like clockwork week after week. And I mean, this is stuff we haven't. This is not our first rodeo. It's not our first time around anywhere. So we've had the success in the past. It's just been a while. So it's just been getting back to it, getting the fun, and just being able to. I mean, just running well is great and all, but I mean, when you have the guys that are as laid back as we are, but we're still pushing the way we are, it's a very gratifying feeling.
Yeah, and I'm sure it makes the racing fun, regardless if you're battling for the win or not. I mean, either way, it's a fun atmosphere, and it's what makes coming to these races just that much more better. When you have a good group of guys that you can hang out with and BS with, and of course you want to do good every week, and you want the entire team to do good every week. But if you're having fun, that's really all that matters. And you guys are certainly having quite a bit of fun here, and you got a couple guys up there, including yourself, for a chance at this championship before this thing is over. But second place here tonight. Congratulations on that. We'll let you go celebrate that. But before you do, who do you want to give a shout out to or thanks to?
Well, got it. The guys at Black Magic, obviously. I mean, we just got done talking about them. Just fantastic guys, and I can't. It's kind of helped me get my love for racing back, like for just getting out and driving. It's been great having them around, and their series sponsors, Max Graphics, Rogue Energy, and Scott for having the league going, and the multiple years he's had this going, and the proven results he's had with, doesn't matter with the IndyCar or with the stock cars or the trucks here. And then one guy I've forgetting to shout out is one of my buddies, Billy Hudson, Williams Performance. Need shocks on late model street stocks up in northern Indiana? Give them a call. Look up William Performance, and you should find something.
All right, well, once again, congrats on the second place here tonight. We'll see you next week at Dover, and we'll see if you can take that one step up there and go from concrete to concrete. We go up to the top spot in the podium.
I'm going to give it my best shot. Thanks, guys.
That's your second place finish here tonight, the 58 of Justin Kirby. Finally, your winner here tonight. Dominating race and just a dominating win there. I mean, just clearly smoothed the field tonight is the 59 of Trevor Hunt.
Hey, guys.
Hey, Trevor, it's Ed. Just still in shock and awe at the last few laps of the race. He talked to you a little bit before the race about lap times and stuff, and obviously you were the guy to get advice from. Started on the pole, you dominated the race, but then towards the end of the race, here comes the 99 and the 58 trying to spoil the showing that you put on here tonight. I mean, you won from two other drivers by 0.007. So
hey, that's a record.
Yeah, it's definitely super close racing here tonight. Just kind of give us a rundown, especially of those last few laps.
Honestly, I saw him coming, and I kept telling Tommy, I said, "You stay back there." When he was like with 20 to go, because I knew Grady had pressed me to it wasn't I didn't have a fuel issue. Grady, I think, did, but he pressed me to burn my tires up a little bit more than I'd wanted, and I was taking it pretty easy, but I obviously wasn't taking it easy enough to overcome like the 2 or 3 lap deficit that Justin and that I had on to Justin and Tommy because they pitted a little later. So I was just trying to manage the gap that whole time since I had a pretty healthy lead, and then it just kind of we practice a lot around each other, and so I knew if they caught me, I was not going to let that go after leading that many laps, right? so I was just not, and so there was a time or two where Tommy could have easily just left his nose in there when I was trying to cheat up a little bit so he couldn't get to the outside of me going down the straight. And he ran me clean as I knew he would. It was just hard to pass here. And we had tested it in practice too. Just Tommy and I did like 10 laps side by side, and neither of us could just get an advantage. So I knew if he caught me, it was going to be hard, and I knew Justin was coming with a full head of steam, and I think I haven't rewatched it, but I think Tommy and I had a little bit of contact, which let Justin get a huge run, and then I knew he kind of had he had a really low entry into one, and so I just kind of set that up and tried to make sure I could drive under him off of two, and again I knew if I got next to him I'd have a chance, but I thought once Justin got by me it was over, but it was so much fun though, racing those two for the win like that. It was fantastic. I couldn't be more happy about the way that finished. Even if I hadn't won, that was just fun.
The excitement went from 0 to 100 at lap 139 or whatever it is that you guys ran tonight. But it was an amazing show there at the end. And you walk away with your second win, I believe it is, for the season. You're off to Dover, though, for next week. So what are your chances there?
0. No. I got to look at the calendar. I was thinking I was going to miss Dover. We're going to be at the race this weekend, so I'm not going to get much practice. So, I'm going to have to just do some laps, I think, with just the fixed setup or whatever. But Dover is where I won my first race in UCRL. And it's also one of my when we in the off season, you guys that was I think it was the Gen 4 car, if I'm not mistaken. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I expect to run well there. But I usually these concrete tracks too. I'm noticing a pattern. I tend to do well on concrete. I don't know why.
It's amazing because the concrete tracks is usually the ones that eat up the tires, and you guys are out there for so long. You guys run fuel, the full fuel, and you run them to the max and. Trying to make sure that you only have to stop once and keep going, but so it's a balance that you guys do, and you guys do a great job, and you put on a great show, and you got a great core group of guys. And I wish the rest of everybody would still be here. I think if you look at the standings, I think it's like 35. Would make for some great racing, but. The core, you guys that are still here, you never fail to put on a great race. It's all clean, the whole thing. And then when it comes down to it, when you guys are racing side by side for a win like that, to not be wrecking each other and just have a strong, hard finish is an awesome sight to see. So congratulations on your win, and definitely want to give you some time for any shots that you may have on that number 59.
Thanks to Scott for putting on the league. Thanks to my wife for letting me do this. Thanks to the guys for racing me clean. I knew who I was racing, so I didn't expect anything less. And thanks to you guys for putting on a great broadcast. We put a lot of we do put a significant amount of time into preparing for these, so we can actually put on these good shows when the opportunity arises. So. I can't wait to go back and see it with you guys calling the end there, and looking forward to that. So
you definitely hear the excitement change. But
I made up for last week. That was a gut punch because that I'm gonna miss Atlanta for sure, and that probably hurt me from moving up in the standings for sure. But anyway,
yeah. Anyway, congratulations on your win tonight. We'll let you go celebrate with your friends and family.
All right. Thanks, guys. Take care.
That's your winner here tonight by a whopping 0.02 seconds, the 59 of Trevor Hunt. Yeah, it may have taken 125, 126 laps before the the tension really started to build here tonight, but it was well worth the wait, Jimmy.
Yeah, it's definitely worth the wait, Carl. And like it's tell any of these drivers out here, they have such a great group of guys and a great core, and I hope they get their numbers back, and people who watch this and come out and want to be part of such a great league that Scott Bolster puts on, and they do it with the help of obviously their sponsors, Max Graphics, Rogue Energy, and the iRacers Lounge. So yeah, just a shout out to all of them as well. And again, congratulations to Trevor. But before we get out of here, I got to make sure I put up the total standings here, so the viewers out there can see where everybody finished, as we were focused on the main three here tonight. But Trevor Hunt walks away the winner over Justin Kirby, Tommy Ryan for your top three. Then in fourth place was Grady Gherkin. Jerry West comes in fifth. Brent Kirby in sixth. Peter Pazuchek, welcome back in P number 7. Jake Lesh in eighth. Matter of fact, he's back from his fishing trip. and Tim Glass, Scott Bolster, and Jeff Ryan for your 11-car field here.
Just 3 races left in the season. Seems like the season has really kind of sped by the second half here, but only 3 more to go. It's going to start with Dover next week, so make sure you tune into that one, and should be some more great concrete action. The 1 mile monster mile there with Mazda Monster certainly looking to maybe make these guys have to drive a little bit under caution. We'll see how that works out for them, but great race here tonight. Great finish, clearly. I mean, when the top 3 finish 0.07 seconds in between each other, it's pretty epic. Pretty heck of a finish here, but all in all, again, green for 132 laps for the boys here at the Man Cave After Dark Xfinity Series. It's great to see, and it's great drivers out here. That's why. Thank you to everyone that tuned in here tonight. If you haven't done so yet, hit that like and subscribe. But for myself and Jimmy here at the Nashville Superspeedway, we'll see you at the track.
Peace.